Hey, it's February 3rd, I think, possibly 4th. It's Monday, so whatever day that is. And I have made a lot of videos about winter camp and about youth group, so I'm going to link to those all around here if I can. And I've read, I think, 8 or 9 books, so I'll list them all here. And I'm also currently reading The Catcher in the Rye, which is really funny because he reminds me a lot of me. Because he really just doesn't like anything. I mean, everything has a major flaw, or he hates in some way or another. So that kind of reminds me of my attitude sometimes. So it's been interesting to read it. But there's a list of all the books that I read on my channel under About Me or something like that. And you can look at all those, and it also says when I read them. I also have the list right here of all the videos that I've read so far. I have not read videos of all the books that I've read so far. If I've talked about them in a video, then the links are also there. You can just click them or whatever. Some of them I haven't talked about yet, so I need to do that. So I'll try to do that this week. Puritan sermons were easily understood and characterized by passion. After he was able to see and understand the importance of those concepts for himself, he could bring them to those he spoke to. And related concepts. Is there a synonym for concepts? Where's the synonym? Concept. Ideas. In it, they explore the ways in which Puritan sermons defy modern expectations. They found how much of the typical Puritan audience was not well educated and therefore less able to follow elaborate arguments or to appreciate rhetorical flourishes or obscure allusions in cases of conscience about backbiting and evil speaking. Question 10, 12, I have to write them out. 10, 12. They would also look at the practices such as animal sacrifice that Christ made unnecessary, not that made Christ unnecessary. Illustrations. The parables, not the illustrations. The parables. The illustrations used in sermons were for practical purposes in the Puritan church. Whew. It's surprising, then, you don't like my comma, why don't you like my comma? It is surprising, and then, the passion used in sermons can be seen as a much more emotional part of the sermons compared to the more practical points above. That's a lot of P's. Actually, it's only 2. Well, passion used in sermons can be seen as a much more emotional part of the sermons compared to the more practical points. That's only 4. Idea. If I don't know what word to use, I just put an idea. This passion stemmed from a practice, not from a practical. They had passion in their pants and they weren't afraid to show it. They're Puritans and they know it. Okay. They cared enough about their religion that they left their homes for Holland. This can be seen in the competing arguments of legalism and anti-somethingism. Dictionary. I can't spell dictionary. Dictionary.com. Antinomianism, I'm assuming. Ooh, Facebook notifications. Jonathan Edwards, a Christian preacher and theologian living in a time of many Puritan revivals, took pains to warn his parishioners. I hate words. Parishioners. The Camp High phenomenon, often not doing drugs. It's not doing drugs. It kind of sounds like you go to camp and you get high. We don't do that. I don't know if I need a comma. I'm gonna put a comma. They were human. They believed in the same Christ that Christians believe in today, and they spoke about him clearly and with a passion. The end. So that was my essay that I'm going to be turning in for English, and I just saved it. And it's kind of lame, but I mean, it's okay. So, that was really long. And I don't think anyone's ever gonna watch this. So, whoever's here, hello! I'm really tired. But look, my hair's curly. So yeah, watch those. Well, until Wednesday. Best wishes.